Okay, so the first thing I'm going to start off by doing is taking this pencil by Rimmel London, and the color is dark brown, and it's the ones that have the brush at the top. So I'm going to take this pencil and I'm going to thicken my eyebrows a little. So something like that, and then I'm going to take the comb and comb the product through the hair. And then I'm going to take this color here, and I believe this is Cork by MAC. And comb that into the rest of the brow. Next, I'm going to take Soft Ochre Paint Pot. If you're a little more pink based, you can use Painterly by MAC. I'm going to take this with a flat shader brush, and this is one by Sonia Kashuk. I'm also going to take this on the bottom. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 129 Tiki Baked Bronzer, and this is supposed to be a bronzer, but it's more of a highlight. So I'm going to take this with my 217 Blending Brush by MAC. So taking it across the lid and in the inner tear duct. Taking it across my lid and in my tear duct. I'm also going to take this as a highlight. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pencil by MAC, and the color is Teddy, and this is a brown with a sheen to it. So it looks like that. And I'm going to take this pencil on the lash line and a bit up onto the outer corner, just like that. And in the outer corner up towards the socket. And then I'm going to go into the same 217 I was just now using, tug on my eye a little bit, and blend it onto the lash line. On both sides. And once you've blended that, I'm going to start blending the crease. Little circular motions from bottom to top, and then swiping it inwards. So little circular motions, bottom, top, and then start blending it inwards. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a red brown sort of color, and the one I'm going to be taking is Antiqued, and this is Antiqued here. It's a brown with a lot of red sheen to it. So I'm going to take that with my original 217. Just going to swirl my brush in there. And I'm going to first take it on the lash line and then up to the crease. A little inwards. And remember to keep this really round in the outer corner. You want this point under your brow to be the highest point, and then it go down to your outer corner. Then I'm going to take my cleaner of the 217 and blend out the outer edges. going to take a 224 and go around that as well. Go in here as well to clean this blending out. Next, I'm going to deepen my crease just a little bit with this color here, and I think it's Handwritten. It's Handwritten right here, a pencil brush by MAC. And I'm going to take this right in my crease. And this is a brown with a red undertone. So it's matte. So it's just going to intensify this outer corner and start cutting my crease a bit without so much of the shimmer that Antique gives us. I'm going to take my cleaner 217, and since this is a cleaner of the 217s, it doesn't have much of that shimmer from Antique, so it'll do a nice job of blending Handwritten out and avoid it looking too shimmery. Okay, next to start pulling the look together, we're going to use a dark plum color, and the one I'm going to be using is Shadowy Lady. And this is Shadowy Lady here. It appears almost black, but it's actually a dark plum color. If you're familiar with Sketch, which is more burgundy, this is Sketch and this is Plum. Shadowy Lady. So I'm going to take Shadowy Lady with my same pencil brush, and I'm going to start applying it to the lash line. Then I'm going to take it in the outer corner in a straight line like this. And start curving it inwards onto my crease line. And then going up to the crease. And finally into the crease. And then you can take your same 217 you've been using all along, or if you want to pick up a clean brush, I'm going to take this one, and it's actually by Mary Kay, and I'm going to take that right on the outer part of this shadow. Because I only want this darkness in my crease, I'm first going to just blend it in with my brush before it spreads out too far. So keeping the darkness right where we want it. Switching between going right on the shadow and going on the outer edge. So I'm switching between shadow and then just working the edge. So now we got a little bit of that cranberry color and a little bit of that plum color. And I'm going to go into my big fluffy brush and just blend that all together. And with my angled brush, I'm just going to work that Shadowy Lady all the way in, just to give the whole lash line a nice shadowy effect. And I'm just going to take my foundation brush and just clean up. And then I'm going to take another color which is a little more gold, and the color is Woodwinked, because in the video on YouTube, which was the only reference I was given, it looked a little more bronzy. So I'm going to take Woodwinked by MAC with my same Sony Kashuk brush. I'm going to take Wood Wings right in the center. And just blend it into my 129 Tiki. I'm just going to blend it in with my finger. So taking it in the middle and blending it in with our light color. Okay, so next I'm going to start working on the bottom. I'm just going to start with Cork, which is this light brown here. It's like a medium brown, very light. I'm going to start with Cork and a smudger brush. And this will just start adding warmth to my lower lash line. First taking Cork and then any blending brush or anything to smudge out the lower line. So that's nice and soft. I'm just going around the lower part of it. And next I'm going to take Handwritten, which was the color we used second. Our brown with a little bit of a red undertone. I'm going to take Handwritten right on my lash line. So as close as possible to my own lashes. And once again, taking my pencil brush and Cork, and I'm going to run that again in its place right below Handwritten, just to blend everything out. Studio Finish concealer and a big fluffy brush by Sonia Kashuk, and I'm going to use this to clean up. And I'm going to take Makeup Forever HD powder and I'm going to powder my skin. And I'm just going to take a blush brush by Sonia Kashuk. First going to go under my concealer. Then I'm going to take my bronzer, Smashbox Waterproof Body Lights Bronzer and Highlight Duo. And I'm going to take this with a Ben Nye brush. And I'm going to start applying my bronzer, sort of contouring with it, but not letting it go down too far. So I'm going to suck in. And first I'm going to start carving out my cheek. And then blend it up. Do the same to the other side. Check right on your cheeks that both sides are even. I'm going to take the brush that I use for my powder and go on the edge of that bronzer so that we can blend it into the rest of our skin. Now we're going to do some contouring on the sides of the nose. I'm going to take this brush by Sonia Kashuk, and it's a domed blending one, bronzer, and I'm going to start right here where my nostril is and work it up to this contour in here. And her contour was actually really low. And So I close the curtain because I have a window on this side too, and it makes it look sometimes like my bronzer's off. So if it looks a little different, it's because I just closed that window. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some individual lashes, and the ones I'm using are some by Ardell, and these are the medium. They're all medium. And I'm just taking a little bit of duo glue on the back of my hand and some tweezers. So I'm going to show you guys how to do individual lashes. I already did them on this side, and in the video she's wearing individual lashes, so that's why we're going to do individual ones. So you just take your tweezers and pull one of the individual lashes out and then dip it in your glue. And it's best if your glue has sat for a couple of seconds so that it's tacky, and that way we can go straight in and apply our lashes. So what I like to do is start in the outer corner, and I like to imagine that this is going to flare out my lashes. So I put it in the inner corner. And then I just push it down so that it's not sticking up, because if you leave it sticking up like that, the hair, it'll just stay like that. So I just push it down onto my lash and apply one not right next to it, but a little ways over. And make sure to just place it in place right where you want it to be, and don't mess with it no more after that, because if not, the glue will fall off and it just won't stick anymore, and it'll end up sticking a little lopsided if you mess with it. So just take it, place it where you want it, and just leave it alone. And while those dry, I'm just going to go ahead and darken up in here, because she has really dark all the way up until here. Next thing I'm going to do is my lips, and I'm just going to line them. So instead of going right on here, you're outlining the bottom of your lip down here. And then I'm going to take this lipstick by NYX, and the color is Honey. And to give it a little more of an orangey, peachy twist, I'm going to use this NYX Jumbo pencil in the color Almond. So I'm going to take this in the center of my mouth. I'm going to take this MAC lip gloss in the color Elle, and it's a white opaly color. So it can give us sort of a 3D effect and make our lips look a lot bigger. On the cheeks, I'm not exactly sure what she was wearing. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of margin. This is margin by MAC, but mine's broke, so I stuck it in here. And margin is sort of like a pink with brown in it, and a little bit of a shimmer. And as a highlight, I'm going to take my baked bronzer with the same brush on its side. And he had one by Victoria's Secret, which I don't have, but that's the one she was using in the video. Cupid's bow. And now that the glue has dried on my lashes, I'm just going to take this liquid liner by Mark, and it's a brand by Avon. And I'm lightly going to line that to cover the glue. And then I'm going to take my mascara. And it's super hot in here, but this is the finished look. I hope you guys like it. I hope that it's somewhat close to what her makeup artist did in that video. Thank you for requesting this. You know who you are. I really like this look. I had fun recreating it for you, and I absolutely love how it looks. I think it's perfect for a night out, a party event, my birthday, anything. I love it. Thank you so much. I hope you like it as well. Any other requests that you have, let me know. And thank you guys so much for watching my video. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.